Cousin Celia was married to a giant. Our father was 5 feet 8 1/2, and we looked up to him. But here was a 6'3" giant, and they told us that he was a world evangelist. Well, that didn't mean anything to us, world evangelist. They told us he preached in Helsinki, Finland. That didn't mean anything. But one day the giant invited us down into his basement and thrust 3 ping pong paddles into our hands. Lined us up on one side of the table, and he was on the other side with his suspenders. We kind of said, okay, he's Goliath and we're David. Besides, we're going to deal with him in short order because there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Well, disaster struck when he served the ball across the table. Our ping pong paddles all of a sudden became defensive shields. And to his delight, we were running for cover. This was our first encounter with the giant, and that taught us what a world evangelist was all about. Fast forward 7 years later, I'm 17 years old, Wayne is 15, and Raymond is 14. We're at Pine Forge Academy. And guess who's doing the week of prayer? It's the giant. While other students were very busy, entertained by his stories about Africa and other places, giving their hearts to the Lord, I'm sure, we were busy memorizing his sermons. And to what end? That we could go into the dormitory and preach these sermons all over again using his articulation and his gesticulation and everything, all of his body language. We got so good at this, and there were 6 of us. Some of them are well known. You know Walter Pearson. Of course, you know Clifton Davis, Frank McRae, and the 3 of us. We got so good that May Justice, our English teacher, would invite us up to her house to perform before the ministers of the old Allegheny Conference. But we had a CE routine also, and we also had a CD routine. We had them down to a T. We had preachers falling in the floor. But this is how we learned to preach and present ourselves. It were these encounters with E.E. Cleveland that gave us the confidence and the early learning that we received. Fast forward to 1992, the Church Ministries Convention in Daytona Beach. I'm there, and the centerpiece of the last program is a skit in which someone is to play the part of E.E. Cleveland. Well, someone mentioned to Gary Patterson or Lynn Martell, one of those individuals, that I did a rather authentic E.E. Cleveland impersonation. And so I was pressed into service to do this, and as I began to do it, E.E. Cleveland was sitting here, Cousin Celia was sitting right next to him, and that 10-year-old mind kicked in and said, this is your golden opportunity. You'll never have this opportunity again. And so I decided to do the old young man wake up, you don't sleep on me routine. I looked E.E. right in the face, pointed my best E.E. finger at him, and said, wake that young man up. Don't sleep on me, son. Sleep him up. The entire room broke into laughter. E.E. was laughing. Cousin Celia was laughing. It was a wonderful moment that we had there together. But I'm looking forward to seeing that other moment.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
And with the voice of
an archangel and the dead in Christ.
I think that archangel is going to say, wake him up.
Wake him up.
Love you all these years. We're joined at the hip to the family through our beloved cousin Celia, and we just want you to know that whatever we can do to help we will. And I am so glad that in the last couple of months that I was able to render some little small services for the giant. And God bless you and comfort one another with these words.
Comfort one another. Oh yes. Hallelujah. Wake him up. Wake him up. That's right. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Last night, we were reminded that the members of the Cathedral Quartet were Elder Cleveland's boys. If they were Elder Cleveland,